And hello to all my Cancer friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free Psychic Tarot reading for October 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you, great Cancers, a storyline spread. It's a great spread for general readings because it casts a very wide net across the entire sign of Cancer. It's like a bunch of mini readings all in one. It allows me to be very accurate because of that. And basically what we're looking for is a story that is right for you. I've had people tell me that sometimes multiple stories do and will resonate with you, and that's okay if they do. But at the same time, it's all about finding that one that is a home run for you and all about you. And we're going to get there. Sometimes it's 3, 4, 5, even 6 different stories if Spirit is very chatty. So if the first couple don't make sense to you, stick with it. We're going to find yours. They've asked that I conclude your reading with no extra at the end. What does that mean? Well, basically, it's one of two different things. One is that Cancers are just in pretty good shape in October, and you just need just a little bit of tune-up, a little bit of information from the storyline, and you're good to go. The other one is that the storyline is just going to be very big and very potent and powerful, and they just want all the information, focus, energy on that right there. So we're also going to conclude with a Runestone. Also got to tell you about this wonderful display right here. So we got lots to talk about Cancer. Let's get started right now, shall we? The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time. I'm going to bring you in right now so you can watch. Hit that like button if you're ready to have a great October. And we are on and recording. What I'm doing now, guys, these are my ritual cuts. Basically cutting each deck into 3 different pieces, and then we put it back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot and is the same procedure for personal private readings. So it's just like you're here with me now. There we go. And then we're going to run the storyline. The best part about the storyline spread is that they can talk about anything that they want here. So it's the floor is wide open. Let's start with your first 5 cards. These are your base 5 cards. And they're all upright. Imagine that. We're going to need some more cards than that. This deck specifically is known for making some very large storylines. And that is going to be... No, I'm going to keep going. Very close to the end, but not quite. Looking at the facings here, now we've hit our end. I think you can see it all so far. Now I got to get my pairings together. We don't have too much blocked, at least right now. This deck doesn't have a lot of direct facing, so it's just very hard to do. This one's going to go up here. One story here. All right, so this is going to be a story, and this is going to be a story. This is going to attach there. Okay, so we are looking at 4 different stories. This is how it's going to look as far as the beginning. This is where I got to add more cards. This is where the table will get filled up. I will move the camera around so you guys can see the rest. I do like to share my table with you guys. But at the same time, space is valuable here, and it fills up very quickly. Person. Nope, not a person. Person. Also not a person. Pip cards there, just going to get 1 card to share, move my runestones over a little bit. Okay, that story is very big but very complete. Also 2 pip cards down here, they're just going to share 1 card right there. And then we got 2 people cards. Let's see if that's a person. It's not. I'm still going to leave it there though. This one, is this a person? Yes, it is. And they're doing what? Talking about another person maybe? Yes, they are. Okay, we got lots of people here in story number 4. That's how I'm going to read them too. Okay, now it's a matter of getting angel cards for each story. And then showing you everything I have, which happens to be quite a lot in your guys' spread. So you can see why they didn't want an extra spread at the end. I mean, it would just be a forever long reading. We'd be here all night. So let me get it all in view for you, Cancers. You can see story number 1 to the left of my hand, using my hand as a tool, basically that way. That's going to be story 1. I think you can see the bottom life review. Now you can, at least. Hard to see because the way that the thing grabs my phone there, it blocks that part of the screen. Story 2 is going to be this long one running across the top, basically above my finger where I just pointed. Ending at that one, the Ace of Wands inverted. Starting over here with prosperity and moving across there. Story 3 is going to be down here, basically right here. You can see all that. Very good. And then our 4th story, we're going to wrap up with all the way down here. Courage is the end. I think you can see courage. Now you can see courage. Okay, so that's story 4, guys. Let's get to work. Let's decipher all of this mess that we call October. Lots of moving parts. Okay, Cancer, starting with story number 1. Story number 1. They bring in the Tower card, so this is a complete shakeup of some form. This could be an actual break up, but the energy is the same, whether it's breaking up from like a love relationship or breaking up from your job. What is it you're breaking up from? It could be you here in story 1 if you've broken up from something or someone or something, just completely just up and undid something here. It's basically the Tower is coming down so you can build it up different, better, really is what it is. It's not a negative card at all. They do show the 2 of Cups next, so that makes me feel much more relationship-like here. Like you guys have, ended some kind of relationship here. Actually, we got cups all over the place. So we got love corner stuff, love messages coming in. This is going to be a very just love-oriented message, no avoiding it. They are saying there's 2 aspects of this here going on. We got the 2 couples that are upside down or not feeling it, no longer together. And then right next to that, we have the 9 of Cups, which show 2 people embracing very nicely. So it's either saying like, this is what you deserve. You need to get away from that to get into this. Or maybe some of you have already maybe kind of skipped a step there and have already kind of found that person. And hey, I just got to, even if it's just dating, hey, you dated this one, it's no good for me. Got to move into this one, which is very nice. So we have a good, successful emotional pull there coming in. We have life review, so basically Archangel Jeremiah is coming in saying take inventory of things that are going on here. Healing is involved, changing anything unbalanced. So they're getting you to try to find balance here in story number 1. Find a partner maybe that balances you more than the other one did or the current one does. Next, we show 6 of Swords, so this is really all about moving things in a smoother area, getting things more balanced. We already talked about balance there once, but this is moving into a smoother area of life. So they want you to get there, get away from the turbulence and the chaos and the crazy, and move into the more calmer, emotionally stable waters in story number 1. Very good story. Let's move into story 2. Story 2, very long as far as the moving parts. They start with the 9 of Wands card. So this is a card about usually being hurt. If any of my Cancers have been hurt or going through some physical ailments of some form, that may be the attachment here, the trigger. Or maybe just going through something that has just beaten you up a little bit. Maybe a tough time. Maybe it's not actually physical, but at the same time, for some of you, it may be. They do bring in the slowest card in the deck next, so something is happening way slower than my Cancers prefer it to. They talk about prosperity, saying that your material needs, however, are provided. And you are manifesting these dreams into reality. So whether you realize that or not, Spirit is basically saying it is happening. And they got your back. So, you're covered. You're provided for. Just happening slow. It's happening slow. They want you to rest. We got my rest and relaxation card. Also vacation type vibes, putting your feet up in the hammock, in the sand, kicking back, relaxing. It's just a very good relaxing type vibe is what they're calling for. So that's either happening or that is the advice. They're basically saying, hey, you need to get away from the busy, get away from the crazy right here. In October, my Cancers really just need the rest instead. They need to just take it easy, chill. Much more important. Next, we have people card, but they're saying no people. I gave them the opportunity to be talking about people, and they basically said no. So we have the energy of the King of Swords here, which is basically the authoritative force over your mind. The tarot language is very difficult, but that basically translates to owning your decisions and being very clear with what you want, your thought process, being sharp, being the king of it, right? So it's the supreme authority over such things. That's really what they want. We had a little power glitch there, but it seems like we're back on. So my king of swords. Next, we have the devil card. He is coming in on an invert, thank goodness, because this shows that you're taking authority of your mental capacity and you're breaking free from some shackles here going on. And this usually can be some habit type stuff, or it can be anything bad that basically you're trying to detach from. That influence of the devil you are breaking in October. Good thing to see and good thing to push. So any of my Cancers trying to get rid of something off your back, whether it's a bill, whether it's a person, it doesn't matter what it is, bad habit, emotional baggage, any of that kind of stuff, get it off here. Be very clear about what you're trying to do here so it sticks, and get it out of there. We're going to talk about that more with the full moon. That's very full moon energy right there, but it's not time for that yet. Let me finish your story. Told you, a lot of moving parts here. They also talk about the Princess of Swords here. In other decks, this is a page. But in this deck, it's called a princess. She is inverted. So they're basically saying that there is a message through the air that is coming later in the month of October. So this is going to be a message through the air. First of all, what's that? Well, that's usually a text message, an email, or a phone call. So something very important there for a lot of my Cancers, especially if you're with me here in Story 2, are going to get a very important correspondence later in October that has to do with what we're talking about. We finally wrap up with the Ace of Wands. I'm just checking my inverts real quick because I realized I didn't do a very thorough job of that before. Spirit's just calling that out. So that's for my other stories. It's not for this one. This one's good. But I do need to check those, so we'll do that in a minute. Ace of Wands here, this is basically saying that there is something new with either retirement, work, business coming in on a delay here. Not quite here in October, but it's showing itself. It's presenting itself. So maybe this comes to full fruition in November, December, January, but it's starting to enter your life now. So this can also be home renovations and projects if it's not about work specifically. So that's a good way to wrap up that story. Let's move into story number 3, which I told you I need to do a discard to make sure it's good. That one's good. Let me make sure this one's good too. That one also good. Okay, so Spirit just calling me out on something I missed. So at least the card work is good. Story number 3, guys. I'm going to get into your full moon, new moon very, very soon here next. I almost want to go there right now, but I'm going to hit this story first. Story 3, we talk about bad credit. There are some Cancers with some bad credit or have made a high interest debt here or a loan of some form of something that is, maybe you were forced into it by circumstance or situation made you do it. Maybe you didn't want to do it, but hey, here you are with it. Or maybe this is not even right now. Maybe this is in the past, and this is just something that is stuck with you and you're dealing with here. Because what they show next here is leaving something behind and not looking back. But at the same time, some of you are having a hard time doing that. It really makes me feel like there are some people attached to this. I feel like it's less of a debt as far as paper, money, currency debt, and more of a personal debt as far as like people are concerned. Emotional cordage is concerned. So some of you are very tied into some people here, usually from your past, or just having a hard time letting go of something that has a tie to your heart here. So that's what they show. They kind of show you sitting there and you need to move past it, but you just haven't. You're just kind of sitting there. So why is that? Well, they first tell you to be very gentle with yourself. I have gentleness coming in here. So that's basically saying, surround yourself with good people, good environments, good situations. It shows that also that if you get around toxic people, toxic situations and environments, that's going to have an adverse effect on you, and that's just going to nosedive the plane right into the ground. That's no good. You got to set yourself up here. You got to put yourself around good people who are doing the things that are going to help inspire you and elevate you to the next level instead of holding you down. They do bring in that this is not sibling stuff. It's an interesting way to put it, but a lot of you, usually when I say that, probably immediately attach to, oh, my sister, oh, my brother, oh, my family, my good friend. They're saying it's bigger than that. There's more that you can branch out with here. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that, but it almost makes me feel like there's more support besides that. Either support in the workplace, support groups that you could join, something here that there's just something bigger picture here that you're looking at what's right in front of your face and Spirit saying, no, look beyond that. There's more to the picture than what's involved there. So interesting story there. It's not good nor bad, just speaking about what is. It's a very specific story at the same time too, so that's just going to be for some of my Cancers. So before we get into story 4, let me go over your moon cycle forecast with you. I like to give you the forecast every single month so you know what's coming and you're ready for it. First thing that hits is the full moon. That is October 9th. That's the best time to get anything out of your life, that garbage truck of the universe. Looks like some of you in story 1 have already done something like that. In story number 2, we talked about that slow, breaking free from the devil. That's purging energy. This is full moon energy, guys. October 9th is the best time to do this kind of stuff if you haven't already purged what you're trying to purge out of your life. So that's very, very good energy to do early in October. Doesn't have to be on the 9th. Anytime toward the beginning of the month is ideal for that. So, and it doesn't even matter what it is. It could be about people. It could be emotional baggage. It could be breaking bad habits. We talked about all that stuff there already. But it doesn't matter what it is. Even donating something, selling something. You got something you got to sell. All that stuff is full moon energy, guys. Adversely, we got the new moon. That is October 25th, and that is the best time to bring anything brand new into your life that was not there before. I'm kind of looking ahead to see. We don't really have a lot of that yet. I know we got a big story left to talk about, but it doesn't matter if it's here or not, because it doesn't have to be here for you to use the energy that's already there. You can do this all by yourself, regardless of the rest of these stories. So Cancer, if you're trying to bring in something new with love, you're trying to bring in something new with money, you're trying to do something new with the work corner, you're trying to do something new with health, maybe start a new health routine, start a diet, start an exercise program, any of this stuff, if it's brand new and you're trying to do it and it's brand new into your life, do it under the new moon. New moon will help elevate it and push it to that next level. That is on the 25th. You don't have to do these things on the 25th, but if you pull the trigger right around it, you're going to see some magical things happen. You can really make this energy work for you. If any of this confuses you at all, that's why I put together a graphic illustration for you so you can kind of see how this ebbs and flows, and it's free. It is on my website. It's on my videos page at the very bottom there. You scroll to the bottom of my videos page, you can check out the moon cycle forecast, moon cycle cheat sheet rather, and that is just a graphic illustration of everything we talked about here, and you can see the ebbs and the flows and use this energy to benefit you and to make things go a little smoother. That's what it's all about. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter program. I take really great care of my newsletter people. They get a couple free readings every single year just by being signed up to the newsletter. I only send one newsletter email every single month. It's just for updates and promo codes, save you guys money on readings. I offer a wide variety of different services that everybody loves. They're all personalized to you. There is no bubble energy like what we're sharing here. For the Cancer readings, all of my products are personalized just to you. I pull it directly from your birth date, so the energy is exact and the information, therefore, is extremely accurate. While you're at the website too, I got to tell you about this brand new product because the physical store, the spiritual shop, is getting bigger. I need to tell you about this. Cut away for 1 minute and I will be right back with your fourth story and your runestone. This product was technically released last month in tandem, in unison with the Sunflower Potpourri as a rejuvenator, as an enhancer, but it does so much more than that, and now you can see it has its brand new labeling. The ladies are dressed, so to speak. When your Sunflower Potpourri, sold separately, doesn't smell anymore, once the scent is gone, this is the way to refresh it, rejuvenate it, and make it last for so much longer. And this is a 4-ounce bottle here, guys. It's got that same wonderful sunflower, flowery aroma, just tuned down a little bit, making it a little lighter, makes its uses much more diverse, much more widespread, and you can use this for a room spray. Make any room in your house smell better. Bathroom, room, cat litter box, use it in the car, make the car smell nice and floral, fresh. When we were designing this, we were basically like, well, you know, why stop there? You can even wear this as a body spray. It is not as intense as a perfume. It's a little bit lighter, but it is designed to also do that. So you're going to love this so much that you'd even want to wear it. I mean, it just smells that heavenly. It's that divine. It is a great product that you will enjoy and be so happy that you picked up. Shipping free the entire month of October. I cannot promise that always, but I can promise it right now. In fact, everything in the shop in October will ship free for October only. Okay, guys, I am back with story number 4 and Runestone coming. But first, story number 4, they first talk about nurturing the family, nurturing the love corner. It's going to need energy here for some of you here in story number 4. There's a lot of people coming up, a lot of people. This is the story for it. They're basically saying there's something in the way of things being really, really good. There's something in the way that's just got to go. It's basically blocking the Sun card, which is the best card in the tarot deck. The issue is it's inverted. It's coming on a block, which means there's something in the way of that Sun energy shining through, making your October wonderful, making the family dynamic wonderful. So what is it? A lot of you probably already know the context of where they're going with that, but we bring up people here, so there's a lot of people involved with this. Maybe it's people that are, not seeing eye to eye or at odds or something like that. Now we have, it looks like 2 queens on the front end, but it may not be. It may be 2 couples that are not seeing eye to eye, or more, maybe there's just like 2 women that are, well, they're actually showing one's okay and one's not okay with the situation. And their partner is the same way if they're talking about that. So it may be just a playoff of the queens themselves. I do have 2 queens. It's usually feminine energy. It could be talking about men here too, but usually this is much more feminine energy than masculine. And of course there can be There can be very feminine men too, but usually this is a biological female that they're talking about. So we have one that is seeing things clearly. We have one who is very unhappy about something. This could be about either somebody straying in the relationship or doing something that they don't like, maybe seeing somebody behind the back, behind the scenes, something like that. It could even be two close friends that are going through something here. So it's letting you know that there's one person that is like upright. We have one person upside down. So one person is really the one who is affected by it. Now they do bring in courage. So I'm just basically telling you a story. And of course, this is going to be a very specific one. This is very specific. So this is not for everybody, but at the same time here, they bring in courage. So whoever this story is about, even if it's just one person, because Spirit, this is their rules. I'm just kind of the messenger here, but this is a general reading, and this is what they wanted to do with it here. They want you to be courageous. So whichever one you are, whether you are, let's say, the woman here who is upside down and upset about something, be courageous. And being courageous means doing things you don't want to do necessarily, but doing them anyway, having the strength to go for it, and to, in this case, maybe make amends, or maybe tell somebody how you really feel, or, hopefully get this thing to work out. And the same advice goes the other way too. We still have courage if you're the queen who is okay with things. Be courageous as far as taking the step. Maybe you're the one that has to, make the initiative here to bring these sides together. So that is the entire reading there. Let's get into your Runestone, guys, and then we're going to conclude. The Runestones have already been shuffled, but I'm going to give them one quick swirl here, get them a little closer. And here we go. The Runestone for Cancer. Well, we got a jumper, so I'm going to go out with that one. This is your Runestone right here for October. Okay, guys, this is the Runestone of growth. Growth for my wonderful Cancers. Month of October, it's such a good time to grow. Where did we talk about that before? Well, in story number 1, it's a love growth. In story number 2, it is some financial, habitual growth, maybe some work growth in there too. Story number 3, we got some growth with learning about your emotional self and getting to let things go that need to be left in the past here. In story number 4, growth can be coming together when things are maybe at odds, people are at odds, things are not the greatest of situations, and coming together and growing regardless. So you can see growth kind of permeate through every single story in its own single way. We got growth, didn't point it out, but we got it there, we got it here, a couple kind of the sharp looking letter B's there. So we got growth for the Runestone to encapsulate October off. So do whatever it is that you can basically keep pushing forward with growth. Remember that not all growth is fast. Some growth is very slow, and you have to be a little patient with it. But it's still growth, and it should not be discounted, because at the end of the day, little wins add up to big wins. So that is the entire reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. And that's it for me. Have a wonderful October.